Hello Unix fans, this is Dr. Dave Gatros, and today we're going to do email with Pine. Again, something you're probably not going to use very often, but we're going to discuss it anyway. I'm going to bring up the Bitwise client like most of you are using on Windows. If you're using a Mac, then you're just bringing up a terminal and doing an SSH into it. I'm going to log into Diablo to use Pine in mine. That's my email client. You would actually use Shell. So you would actually write shell right here. I'm faculty, I'm going to use Diablo. And there is my username right here, GatrosD. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss a little bit of advanced features right here. The terminal, you notice I've got X11 forwarding enabled. That allows me to do some windowing type programs, provided that, okay, I have a product out there called Xming, which allows me to do tunneling, which allows me to send graphics characters back and forth. Alright, so I activated that. That's the only other difference. So I'm going to go back to login. We're going to log into the thing. It says there's my authentication banner. I'm going to close out of it. It's going to ask me for a password. I'm going to type it in. And there I am. And the file transfer window pops up too. I'm going to move it off to the side. We won't need it just yet. So when you're running Pine email, it's important that you're in your root directory. How do you know you're in your root directory? Well, you want to do this. You want to say cd, and then you type the tilde, which is right above the tab key, and type in your username, GatrosD. That takes you to that user's home directory, which is where you want to be. Now to start Pine, all I do is type in P-I-N-E, Pine, and hit enter. Boom, up it comes. You'll notice that down here it's opening my inbox. Now I don't normally use Pine email, and you probably won't either. So the inbox that's in there is about 4 or 5 years old, and so it's going to take a few minutes for it to open up, and when it does I'll be able to access the menu. So you can see the little message at the bottom that says opening inbox. I'll pause this video until that comes up. Alright, we're back, and now the first thing I want to do is I want to look at my index, and I can either use the cursor keys to go up and down, or I can type that letter. So I'll say index, I'll just type the letter I, and it could be upper, lowercase, doesn't really matter. And you'll see the messages here, and you have a little letter off to the left hand side. Now let me explain something about the messages over here. If there's an N beside it right here in the first column, that means it's a new message. If it's an A, it means that I've answered it. If I put a D there, if I say D, that means say here, D, I've deleted it. Okay, those are what the messages mean right here. The ones that are just empty means I haven't done anything with them at all. And I can read them one of two ways. I can just put the cursor on the message, and I'll get one here. Just hit enter, and you read it. The less than character takes you back to the field message. I can do the P for the next message, and the previous message, the N for the next message, or minus for the previous page, or space for the next page. I can delete something by just saying D, by putting a D in a column, and I can undelete it by pressing the U. Okay. To reply, I just press the R, and it'll bring up a dialog box, and I can fill in a reply, or I can forward it someplace else. If you want to see what other commands there's, you just type the O. Now again, this is not case sensitive. It's either upper or lower case, even though it looks like they're uppercase letters. I can go back to the main menu by hitting M. Okay, so that is our message index. I want to compose a message. I'll just say C. Okay, so I'll send a message to myself. gatrosd@cs.fsu.edu. Courtesy copy to dgatros@fsu.edu. An attachment, I'll do a Control J. All right, and in a Control J, I can go Control T to Files, and I can actually scroll down, and I can pick one. Oh, .forward. Let's just give myself the .forward file. Okay. All right, right there, and I can say select for S. Okay, and there's attach comment. Yes, this is a comment. So I pick the file and attach it, and I can do that as many times as I wish. I fill in the subject matter. This is my subject. See my forward. Okay, and Control X to send. Send message. I type in Y for yes, and there it goes. Okay. A couple other things I'll show you about that is address book. Okay, here's an address book. I don't have any address books right now, but if I wanted to add a new one, I just put the @ sign, which is above the 2, and I can say a nickname. We'll say Nick. Okay, well, that's good for a nickname. Okay, full name is let's see, we'll just give myself as the nickname. Okay, Gatros. And this is an optional folder. You don't have to put into it if you want to actually store this in a separate folder. And then Gatros, let's see, gatros@fsu.edu. Okay. Now the Control X is exit and save, which is what we'll do. Okay. Say yes. Okay. Now I have, there's my address that I can actually use. Let me press M and go back to the main menu now. That's my address book, and we'll take a quick look at setup here. There's several options. You can exit setup, printer. You can set a password for your Pine entrance, which normally you don't do. Configuration allows you to actually set many features. Let me go into configuration. You can set the personal name, user domain, a lot of things you probably won't touch, but maybe you have alternate signature features. Okay, and things you can configure, compose, or set up. Let's okay, let's exit. Control X. Okay. Say yes. Okay, let's go back into setup again. I can the signature is kind of handy to have. Notice my signature right there, and it's the wrong room number. I changed rooms, so let's go and change that. Room number. Okay, 105D. Okay, and again, all you have to do is look down here and save this. Okay, Control X. Oops. Control X. Exit editor and apply changes. Yes. All right. Other than that, there's not much more to Pine email. Okay. Very, very straightforward. I hope this helps you. Play this over again. Don't be afraid to actually look down and type in, for instance, other commands, and kind of look to see what else we can actually compose an email from right here. Or we can take an address from our address book. Hope this helps you. Good luck, and see you in class.